It's an ad for new, hip underwear for men. It's from the 1970s. In the 1940s, MIT, Harvard, Quaker Oats, and the Atomic Energy Commission gave radioactive iron to 70 boys, aged 10 to 17, at Fernald State School. Many of them were orphans, labeled as feeble-minded, and told they were joining a science club. A crib trestle bridge for the Columbia and Nehalem Valley Railroad at McBride Creek in Columbia County, Oregon, United States, around 1905. The second fight between Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston, 1965. Frederick Winters competed in the 1904 Olympics. This is The Face of War by Salvador Dali from 1941. There's a chess queen in Paramount's Alice in Wonderland from 1933. American baseball players were in the Roman Colosseum during the Spalding World Tour. Italian authorities wouldn't let them play a game inside the ancient Roman stadium in 1889. The most watched television event in U.S. history was the moon landing. On July 20th, 1969, an estimated 650 million people around the world tuned in to witness a historic moment. John Walter Christie showed the world a machine that could run at 45 miles per hour and switch from tracks to wheels. The U.S. Army deemed the project too expensive, but Christie's ideas inspired the Soviet BT and T-34 tanks. This was on Capitol Hill in 1929, when Jolly Marie, weighing 620 pounds, won the Big Girls contest at Luna Park. She received a prize of $25 and a season ticket to the park. On August 24, 1925. She's shown starting to use the ticket by riding on the witching waves. It's a jail cell from the Salem witch trials. The cell has one window. There's a single wooden chair inside. The walls are made of stone. The floor is dirt. A humpmaster in a Chicago and Northwestern Railroad yard is operating a signal switch system in Chicago, Illinois, in December of 1942. Sunset Boulevard, Beverly Hills, 1925. A desert land that would become a metropolis of 17 million in a couple of decades. Back then, Los Angeles was just a dream. 1867. A photo of Tokugawa Yoshinobu, the last shogun of Japan. He gave up his position that year, which ended the almost 7-century reign of the shoguns. They ruled Japan for most of the time from 1185 to 1868. 1939. This is a General Motors exhibit at the Golden Gate International Exposition in San Francisco. There are girls on an Oldsmobile convertible coupe. It's a showcase for the latest developments in body and chassis. Queen Elizabeth's dollhouse was as big as, well, a house. She was gifted it in 1933 by the fine people of Wales. It's also still around today. An American sailor is giving a drawing to a Soviet captain. The picture is supposed to show the Lend-Lease agreement between the two countries during World War II. This happened in 1944. Architect Jørn Utzon is standing in front of the Sydney Opera House. This was 8 years after his design was selected and 6 years into construction. It was 1965. Enos the chimpanzee lies in his fight couch before being inserted into NASA's Mercury Atlas V space capsule, where he would become the first primate to orbit the Earth on November 29, 1961. Crowds in Algiers are celebrating Algeria's Independence Day in the city center in July 1962. Sudeten Germans are tearing down a Czechoslovak border post to unite with Germany during the Sudeten Crisis. That happened in September of 1938. In 1972, Apollo 16 astronaut Charles Duke left this family photo behind on the moon. Damage to the escort carrier, the USS Sangamons, which was CVE-26, on its hangar deck, after a kamikaze attack on May 4, 1945. German child soldiers were photographed on the 19th of March, 1945, after they had been captured by the 6th U.S. Armored Division in Gießen, Germany. On October 13, 1960, Bill Mazeroski hit the greatest home run in baseball history. Trabant cars, German Democratic Republic, 1970s. Up until 1956, French children were served wine with their school lunch. Las Vegas police faced Mike Tyson after he just bitten Holyfield's ear off in 1996. It's a caricature in 3D December 17, 1930, and it features American silent screen comedian and actor Buster Keaton, who lived from 1895 to 1966. He was known as the King of Deadpan, and he's sitting beside a model that looks like him, 18-year-old Aretha Franklin. The mass murderer Harry Powers, also known as the Clarksburg Butcher, is talking to a detective giving details of his murders. This happened on September 1st, 1931. Soldiers are firing from behind a barricade made of dead horses. This is Barcelona in 1936. Keepers are riding llamas on the private property of a Mr. Wingfield. This was in England in 1911. It's a Coca-Cola advertisement from the 1960s. They made it by spreading grain for pigeons in St. Mark's Square in Venice, Italy. The Metro, Paris, 1914. The Nemi ships were built almost 2,000 years ago by Emperor Caligula. They were discovered in 1929 and destroyed by fire in 1944 during World War II. A Marine offers some water and comfort to a kitten during the Battle of Tarawa, 1943. A memorable moment from the Monkees TV special, 33 1/3 Revolutions per Monkey, from 1969, features Fats Domino, Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Brian Auger posing with their pianos stacked up. Brian says those shots were candid and not staged. This is a portrait photograph of Jack London, who lived from 1876 to 1916. Dumont engineer. James A. Craig is demonstrating a simple dialing procedure on a completely automatic dial-direct mobile two-way radio telephone system. This is happening in Clifton, New Jersey on March 28, 1957. Buick, San Francisco, 1922. Music on the National Rice Festival. Crowley, Louisiana, October of 1938. The last message left by 47 entombed miners in the Argonaut Mine, Jackson, California. It was written with carbide lamps on the face of the 4,350-foot drift. Hans Frank, the German governor of occupied Poland, is meeting with ethnic Goralen-Volks to celebrate the birthday of Adolf Hitler in 1940. The bomb known as Fat Man. Dr. John Britton shows off the .357 Magnum he carried for protection while working at a Pensacola abortion center on July 28, 1994. The doctor was murdered the day after this was taken. The killer was an extreme opponent of abortion, parachuting Allied soldiers and equipment in 1951. Throughout the war, the U.S. military dominated aerial warfare. Korean War. He was from the Netherlands in 1904. Having Fun at the Fair, 1938. Republican militiamen wearing liturgical garments after looting a church. This happened in Madrid in 1936. They were casting girls for a Broadway show in 1937. The Manhattan Bridge being built, 1909. High school teacher John T. Scopes is brought to trial in Dayton, Tennessee for teaching the theory of evolution, which was prohibited under state law. It happened on July 10, 1925. An electric bath and early sunbed, 1900. A prisoner at the Wöblin concentration camp burst into tears after learning he was not included in the first group of prisoners sent to the hospital after liberation. There's a girl in a cart being pulled by an alligator. This was in Los Angeles, California, United States, sometime in the early 20th century. It's an oil crisis picnic on the highway in 1973. This type of experimental glider flying was a crucial step in the development of aviation particularly in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, as pioneers sought to understand aerodynamics and control in flight. France, 1910. Pasquale Pignon, the two-faced man. Most likely, the second head was a twin brother, whose head somehow fused with Pasquale's head in the womb. He was born in 1889 in Mexico. It's about the soft heart. Fiat Topolino, 1936 for Dutch Railways, Netherlands, 1947. A revolutionary who's against communism is holding a Molotov cocktail behind his back during the 1956 Hungarian Revolution. The painting, Little Fisherman, depicts two young boys. They're on a beach near the water's edge. One boy is sitting, while the other is standing. Both of them are looking at the water. They seem to be focused on something, perhaps a fish or something else in the water. The setting appears to be a sunny day. Soviet workers were protesting against the government because of low wages and a shortage of food. This happened in Novokirkatsk, in the Soviet Union, in 1962. The protest was brutally suppressed later on. Oxford, Cambridge, and Key's students are playing football, all dressed in the latest Victorian gentlemanly fashions, on December 3, 1946. Marlon Brando, a cat lover, once declared, "I live in my cat's house." The Museum of the San Fernando Valley, Reseda High School, California, 1960s. Arnold Schwarzenegger is being filmed for Pumping Iron, 1977. The Knickerbocker Theater disaster, 1922, January 30th. Elizabeth Taylor. She was born in London in 1932. Her family moved to Los Angeles when she was 7 years old. At the age of 10, she got a contract with Universal Pictures. In 1942, she starred in There's One Born Every Minute. The next year, she was in Lassie Come Home. She became a major star with National Velvet in 1944. In 1950, she was in The Big Hangover. She won an Academy Award for Butterfield 8 Stars in 1960. In 1963, she was in Cleopatra. She won another Academy Award for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf in 1966. She passed away in 2011. Okay, here we go. Young Nurses, World War II. Leo Tolstoy, 1848. Children are saluting the American flag in front of the Morgan Hill School in California sometime during the 1930s. Home economics class in a New York public school, 1910. So, there was an electrically heated jacket designed for police officers in the United States back in 1932. Queen Elizabeth visited China in 1986, and there's something about the Terracotta Army. John F. Kennedy's funeral was at the Capitol. This happened in November 1963. A young woman roller skates to work in New York City in 1940. She wears a light-colored skirt, a dark top, and a hat. They used two cameras. One camera showed the name of the network, NBC, and the other camera focused on a map of the United States. They had a person on camera pointing to where the results were coming in. The titles were hand-painted on cardboard. The graphic artist was Robert B. Martin. The election title card was done in 1948. In 1975, Franklin Delano Floyd abducted 5-year-old Suzanne Savakis after her mother's short jail term. He raised her under false identities, later forced her into marriage, and in 1990, Suzanne was killed in a suspicious hit-and-run. Audrey Hepburn. She was born in 1929 in Brussels, Belgium. She became a ballet dancer and later a film actress. In 1953, she starred in the film Roman Holiday. She won an Academy Award for that role. Audrey Hepburn also starred in Sabrina, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and My Fair Lady. She was known for her fashion sense and her work with UNICEF. She passed away in 1993. Washington, D.C., around 1924. A George Washington University group. People were sleeping on London escalators during the 1940s Blitz. Lithuanian fighters during the June Uprising are holding a removed portrait of Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. This was in June 1941. A Polish policeman in full assault gear, 1934. A man is getting to hear music on a record player in 1922. Dr. Benedict's apparatus for measuring metabolism, 1935. The Moulin Rouge Doris Girls in Paris, 1963. Prime Minister Winston Churchill is at the controls of a BOAC Boeing 314A flying boat on January 16, 1942. Maude Adams and Ethel Barrymore, New York, around 1897. Sophia Loren. She's an Italian actress. She won an Academy Award for Best Actress in 1962 for the movie Two Women. She was born in 1934. A worker in a cosmetic company is covered with relics of lipstick kisses to prove that the dyes in lipsticks are harmless in 1960. A group of beaming Soviet snipers during World War II. The Soviet Union trained about 2,000 women as snipers. One of them, Lyudmila Pavlichenko, killed 300 people single-handedly. Long hair in the machine shop presents several hazards. The first danger is entanglement with moving machinery, which can lead to serious injury. It could be caught in a drill press, lathe, or other equipment. Another risk is that long hair can obstruct vision, making it difficult to see what you're doing, which can lead to mistakes and accidents. Loose hair can also come into contact with chemicals or hot surfaces, causing burns or other injuries. For these reasons, it is important to keep long hair safely contained in the machine shop. Economy class on a commercial plane in the 1960s was very different. The seats were simple with minimal padding. Passengers sat close together, often shoulder to shoulder. There was not much leg room. The color scheme was typically bright and somewhat playful, using colors like turquoise, orange, and yellow. Shooting Bull, Central Park, New York, November 3, 1913. Miss Amelia Earhart, the co-pilot of the transatlantic plane, Friendship, is on the roof of the Hyde Park Hotel in London, taking a look around. This was on June 26, 1928. Olaf Gulcher, who lived from 1889 to 1962, was the last private owner and an avid collector of the Palazzo Falsan Historic House Museum in Medina, Malta. President Jimmy Carter installed 32 solar panels outside the White House in 1979. November 1953. Scrabble inventor Alfred Butts and promoter James Bruna posed with an oversized game. The Cliff House in San Francisco during the 1890s. While the British star Elton John was posing for the famous photographer Terry O'Neill, a cat stole the show with its snack. This happened in Colorado, United States in 1974. On April 4, 1968, civil rights leader Andrew Young, on the left, and others stood on the balcony of the Memphis Lorraine Motel. They pointed in the direction of the then assailant, whose bullet had just struck Martin Luther King Jr.